I think I am live. Hello, hello, Zen friends. Happy weekend to you. Friday night here in the United States. So, hope you're doing well. Nice stormy evening here in Colorado Springs. It's lightning and thundering out, which I love storms. So, if I suddenly end, the stream suddenly ends, or if I suddenly end, it might have been electricity went out or lightning, but we're not going to invite that. We're just going to enjoy it. You might see some little, I have my window blinds open to watch the rain. So you might see a little bit of flashing going on. So, welcome everybody. Hope you had a great week. I'm excited to see what messages come through today. But before we start that, let us bring in some beautiful love energy from above. I'll be using this singing bowl. I'll hit it 3 times, and that'll help us invite that love energy to come in, fill up our hearts, and then flow out to the world. Let it fill up your physical bodies, your emotional body, your mental body, your energetic body, and then flow out and do what it wants to do to help raise the love vibration of the planet. Also, something you can do right away to help raise your love vibration is to think of something that you're grateful for in this moment and just thank the creator for it sincerely. That helps us prepare for these messages from spirit. Plus, it opens us up to receive those things from spirit too. So I like that. All right, well, let's jump in. I'm going to take a big deep breath before we start. If you'd like to join me, come back to right here, right now. Beautiful. Let's begin. Beautiful, beautiful. She is singing up a storm, maybe a storm outside. All right. Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me and doing that. And welcome, everybody. Hope you're having a great evening. If you're new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. Uh, First of all, we got a great group of people, huge hearts, great senses of humor. Um, and of course, 2 things we can definitely use in this time of our life to help us have this path of human adventure that we're on be amazing and easier and more peaceful, right? So, welcome, welcome. There's always room for more Zen friends. So, I appreciate you being here. Quickly, how the free readings work, we do go down in order. First come, first serve down the chat. There's no special list. The chat is it. I try to keep it simple. And if you just put your question out there, or if you don't know what you want to ask, or you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for a general reading. We'll pull 1 to 2 cards from the tarot for the free readings. And then if anyone um, makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. I prioritize those readings. Stepping out of the free readings, I dive deeper too, meaning I pull more cards for those too. We get in a little bit of the tea, the little bit of the business in those. And then once we're done, we return back to the main chat. Um, if you want to make a donation, you can use the super chat at the bottom or in the description box of the video. I do have my Venmo, my Cash App, my PayPal, and my Square. So whatever you want to use and whatever dollar amount too. I don't have set dollar amounts because I know everyone's finances vary and the cost of living is different across the world and rate of exchange is different. So whatever you give from your heart, perfect amount. Also, after the donations, my YouTube channel members do get second priority for their free readings. Have at least one here. I see Moonlight. Hello, Moonlight. You see their names in green with their little badges there. So, hey, Moonlight. And I think that is it for right now. So, hello, hello. Let's see what else. What else? If you're interested in becoming a YouTube channel member, you can check the description box down below. There's a little link. I have two levels. The Zen Cricket at $2.99 a month and Praying Mantis at $7.99 a month. In addition to getting prioritized during these live sessions, we get together on Thursday nights for a joint session of both of those levels. Two, three, sometimes depending on spirit, we even go longer. But we have that on Thursday nights, and then my Praying Mantis level, the higher level, we get together on Friday and Saturday nights after these sessions, and then also on Sunday afternoon after that session. So if you're interested, it's all down below. Another, hey, Christina, good to see you as well. Another of my YouTube channel members. You going to bed early tonight? Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I think that's Scorpio, not Scorpio, Sagittarius, full moon, yum, 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 right? A lot of energy, a lot of napping too. So good, good, good. Let's see what else. Um, I wanted to make sure everyone knows I for the month of June, if you missed the trailer coming in, here's a little video. This is a video that congratulates everyone that won last month. I'm having some drawings for personal recorded readings. I do offer personal readings. There's a link down below in the description box for that too. But this video also talks about the June giveaways. I'm giving a weekly giveaway, and it talks about how you can get into those drawings. So I love giving away things, and I got out of the habit last year, busy, 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 but I'm backing off a lot of my other regular videos and stuff I'm putting out. I'm focusing in on offering some personal readings. So that's my passion and my joy. Let's see what else. Speaking of the Sagittarius full moon, we did have that come out a couple days ago. This is my last full moon video that I'm putting out. I used to do these every month, but Spirit was like, 6 months, you're done. We want to focus on other things. So, besides with the Cancer Sun season is coming out tomorrow, and then my last quest video on Monday. And then that'll be it for those regular ones. But we will be starting a weekly podcast, which I'm going to be calling The Easier Path with bruddaZEN. And it's about not that the life of humanity is easy, but this makes it easier than it uh, so it doesn't have to be so hard. So we're going to be talking about different subjects, but that'll be coming out soon. The introduction, so you guys will know all about that too. I think that's all the stuff I wanted to talk about. Blah blah blah. Yeah, I think that's everything. All right. So we do have a few donations, and that's where we'll start today. Let me just make sure here. All right. So thank you guys so much. Let me just get these. Oh, yeah, timestamps is what I normally talk about as well. So at the end of each stream, I do put a pinned comment listing the order, well, kind of the order, but I split out donations and YouTube channel member, free readings, and free readings. And then I put the timestamps next to it. So if you put your question and you need to come back later, you can come and see if I completed it during this session. Anything I don't complete during this session, I normally will come back on after my time with my Praying Mantis members and finish out everything else. So there might be a second stream later tonight, which I probably will be, but if I don't complete everything during this session. So that's another little thing I wanted to mention. So, hey, everybody. Hello, hello. All right. So, we will start off just to give you a quick for donations. I have Yadi Cologne. You'll be up first, and then Amazing Grace. These are both came through the Cash app, and then we'll jump over to Moonlight 5 for 2, and then Nelia Maderos for 3, and then we'll jump back to Moonlight for your other one there. So I like that here. Hey, Maria, good to see you there. Now, for free readings, just realize there's only one free reading per person per these ones here. So, Maria, I think you have two questions. I'll let you decide which one you want to, which one you want me to answer during this one. But so for everyone, it's just one time through the what is it when you have a potluck? Only one time through the potluck line per session. If you want to make a donation, you can ask as many, different donation questions as you want. But for free readings, it's just one, to be fair. All right. Hey, Yadi. All right. So let us get started. Yadi, let's get your timestamp here. And we will make sure we're starting off doing it. Yay. All right. So there we go. There's your first one there. Hey, Shanji. Hey. All right. So, Yadi, let's see here. So this is your donation over here. So thank you for your donation via Zcash app. And then we'll take a look up here. There's your question. Oh, no, that's your free question. Here's the one. So you're starting the interviewing process. So will you get the executive director position with Harmony Cares? All right, we'll take a look here. All right. So I'm going to be using this tarot deck, the Lost Soul Tarot. I love the pictures and the crispness of these. So this is one we're going to use today. And then the Power of Surrender, we're going to use those for fortune cookies for donations as well. All right. So let's take a look here, Yadi. Starting the interviewing process. So, based on current energies, will you get the executive director position with Harmony? Let's see what they want you to know here. So, I want these two. Okay. And all right. I have a feeling because at the bottom of the deck, you have the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is kind of like two choices, right? Two choices in the outside world. And that you have the Page of Pentacles under that, which shows a new opportunity also making itself known. And underneath that, you even have the Queen of Pentacles, which is all about, choosing your heart and following your heart. So I feel like you will be faced with two opportunities that'll be coming up. They just want you to know this. In addition to this one, I feel like there's going to be another one where you're going to have, well, one feels more like following your head, the other one feels more like following your heart, right? So we'll see here. They just want you to know that underneath the reading. And so this specific one under Harmony Cares, you have the King of Swords. And I feel like this one is more the head one because this is air energy. And the King of Swords not only rules over the sword sit with the queen, but all the kings get two a second portion of air. So they're the master of air and thinking. That's why this one feels very much like the one that would be the mind is thinking, this would be good. The mind's going for this reason, this reason, and this reason. But I feel like the heart is going to bring in something else going, but I like that one over there. So we'll see what comes in here with this energy, with this Harmony Cares. So you do have the Fool card, which is an ending and beginning energy. It's the Zero card, the first one in the major arcana. You have the Three of Pentacles, which is about being true to your authentic self. Let's see what this last one is here. The Knight of Pentacles. Slow moving process here. And so that's why this one kind of feels a bit, I don't know. And we'll see what these other three cards are here, but just sitting in this energy, it kind of feels like as you go through the process that you realize it's not a good fit for you to match up to you. And it just the process feels like it's just like with that Knight of Pentacles, slowest moving night in the out of the 4 nights, it just feels like it's drawn out. It's taking forever. And the Fool card is almost like you feel like you would have to, like, start from ground zero with them for some reason. Not like that they wouldn't let you, be an executive director, but I feel like they're like you're starting, like, at here amongst, like, well, then there's this interview, and then this interview, then this one, this it just feels like it's so much ahead with this full card here that I feel like by the time they get around to, you know, whittling down the candidates, you already have this other thing in your sights, and you're kind of going, "Well, this is taking so long, and this is what my heart really wants. I think I'm just gonna back out of this," or it ends because you end up going in a different direction. Yeah, you're the 10 of swords, letting go of the mind, letting go of the expectations, the thoughts, and all this. So this definitely feels like the mental position here. Queen of swords, something looking for something more. This is underlining energy, by the way, underneath the 10 of swords. This is the heart and the mind coming into balance around something. This other position. I feel like you'll be getting here. Something that feels more challenging. It almost feels like this other one kind of feels, it doesn't feel exciting, and I feel like the energy and the emotional energy you're feeling around it as you get into the interviewing and going through the process, it just doesn't feel like it's for you. Again, going back to the Queen of Pentacles energy, it's about mother nature, mother nurture, and following your heart more than the mind, and that's what I feel like this just kinda doesn't work out. Either they text along and you find something else and you go there, or they say, you know, "Well, we just don't feel that's, like, the best fit," and if they say that, they're right, because it's not about that you're qualified or not, it's that spirit is intervening and your heart is intervening because it doesn't align with living, it would just feel like you're existing, and you wouldn't be happy in it for very long, I feel. So, I know, harmony cares? Well, being in harmony matters more, right? Being in harmony with your heart. All right, let's see what your fortune cookie comes in here for you too. So, what's the fortune cookie here for Yachty? Whoa! If you guys saw that, it was far away because now that's the thunder, so that's many miles away, right? 1001, 1002. But it was bright if you didn't see that. All right. So this one here says surrender your addictions. Yeah, and there's the tower lightning bolt. Things being removed out of your life on purpose for purpose to make space for something that's more in line with who you are and where you want to go, right? So surrender your addiction says whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, sex, or overworking, right? Take action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it. I love this. Replace it with healthier alternatives. So, this isn't about those addictions they talked about because as I'm reading this, they're going the mental, being addicted to following our mind, which we're all taught growing up, right? The supposed to be, the should be, the need to be, the have to be, and getting out and following your heart. That's the addiction that we all could really learn to break, right? Because we're taught follow our fears, follow our small t truths rooted in fear, those expectations, the supposed to be, the should be, the need to be, the have to be. So there is this movement away from that with what we're having here. So hopefully that makes sense. That's what's coming in there. Hey. So that is what they have for this. And then we'll circle back around for your free reading at some point. All right. So that is what they have for number one. So many blessings to you. And then Amazing Grace, you are up next. Let's grab your timestamp here. Whoop. There we go. Come on, mouse. All right, there we go. Let's put this down here. So amazing, Grace. Thank you for your donation via the Cash App. And you were wanting to know, does I'll just say their first initial K, have they been looking at your Facebook page? Oh, nice. Let's find out here. What do they want you to know here? All right. So have they been looking at your Facebook page? All right. That's all they want you to know here. All right. Well, the bottom of the deck with the Knight of Cups, it is an action card. It's an emotional movement card. So I would feel like that is a yes, because they are being emotionally motivated and impacted. Maybe not impacted might be a stronger word than we're looking for. Influenced, emotionally influenced is probably more accurate. Um, so I would say a yes. We've got the Page of Wands. So here's that energy, that activation, this spark, this inspiration. Inspiration doesn't feel right either. This, her energy is really, it's like exaggerated, if that's a good word, because it feels like they're like blah, but then like, well, that's an over exaggeration. What I really mean is this. So I feel like they tend to maybe overreact and then they calm down. So I feel like they're a frying pan. They heat up fast and cool off fast. And then I feel like they eat a lot of crow, meaning they, you know, apologize a lot or feel bad a lot about things like that, right? So I really like that. And, um, at least we understand, okay, don't take things personally from them, with that, kind of energy. So very cool. Let's see what else we have here. Yep, justice. Looking for clarity, looking for balance, looking to understand things, trying to understand. I don't know if they're trying to understand you or trying to find some sort of inner balance through all of this, why they're watching your Facebook. The Three of Wands, really looking here on, um, a change of direction as well. It's interesting with this. Let's see what this other card is. Yeah, Two of Pentacles. So there again, there's this balancing energy with the Two of Pentacles and the Justice card. I feel like they're just, when they're out of balance, they go to your page for one reason or another, freaking out, over exaggerating, or looking for comfort, as well. I just feel like there's a lot of, my mind's all over the place with their energy. And so to answer your question, yes, they do, for a lot of different reasons, a lot of different times. I just feel like the main two things are, it's like two, right? They're trying to balance their emotions and calm down. Um, and or they're out of balance, nothing to do with you, and they try to look to your page for, um, I don't know if you put like happy quotes or deep thinking things. They would sometimes go for that emotional balancing. There's a reason why they go to your Facebook page for emotional balance in one of those two ways. So hopefully that makes sense for you there, Maisie Grace. I feel confused with her energy. So maybe it's just what she's going through right now. But wow. Let's see what your power of surrender your fortune cookie says here as I leave that energy. Yeah, surrender unhealthy relationships. Hmm. So let go of relationships that don't serve you, including unavailable or toxic people. You deserve to be treasured by others and to be surrounded by positive people. Well, there you go. Chop, chop. Unfriend, block. I don't know. Excuse me. But so that's what they have there for you, Amazing Grace. I'm going to leave it at that. All right. Many blessings to you. Hey, Lucky. Good to see you. You are so welcome. I appreciate your guys' kind words. And the red thread. Hello, hello. Thank you for being a new member to the channel. Oh, beautifully deep voice. Thanks. uh, yeah, thank you. I am actually going to be starting a podcast, a weekly podcast coming up here soon. It'll be probably out. I'm probably planning on Wednesdays, but we'll see. 'Cause it's a working title, but I think I'm going to call it "The Easier Path with bruddaZEN." So thank you guys so much. So grateful. You guys are so kind to me. All right. So up next here, we'll start off. So Moonlight exactly at 26 even. Look at that. So we'll start off with these two, and then we'll be jumping to Nelia for three, and then back to Moonlight. And then I received some more. I'll give you guys an update here in a minute. Thank you so much for all your donations. All right, Moonlight. Yeah, I didn't get your first one there. It must have been acting up there on YouTube. So thank you. I didn't see that till now. Didn't get your previous ones. So all right. Let's give the first one a love and a like here, my friend. Anyone know anything Spirit wants you to know about the upcoming week? All right. Let's take a look here. How's everyone enjoying this Jupiter Sagittarius energy? Jupiter moved into Cancer earlier this week. It'll be there for about a year. I know. Jupiter expansion, Cancer sign, our mother energy, our emotional energy. So our emotions are expanding for a year. And then we had a Sagittarius full moon. Moon, Cancer, right? Moon, emotion, Sagittarius ruled by Jupiter. Same energy. Bam. So if you got smacked one, it got smacked back and feel the emotions, baby. All right. Let's take a look here, Moonlight. What does Spirit want you to know about the upcoming week? All right. We do have this one. We do have this one. We do have this one. Yeah, a lot of emotion going on in the world, too, obviously. All right. Yes. Maybe I was supposed to say all that to prepare you, Moonlight. Well, you being the moon, because you do have the Seven of Cups, which is a lot of different emotions. Can almost be emotional confusion, but I don't feel like it'll be emotionally confusing for you being, I think you're a Cancer sign. That's why you call yourself Moonlight, if I remember correctly. But this is like one new emotion a day seems to be, it's like almost like an emotional taste test over this next coming week. Every day brings you a specialized emotion to really just nibble on and enjoy. It's like if you ever been to like a Costco or a grocery store where you go around, they have all these little samples, and you go, do I want to purchase this or not? But it's about emotional choice. I feel like a lot of what's coming in here. Lots of sleep for a week and then no sleep, but some clarity. There you go. Yeah, and a moonchild. Yes, definitely. So you're gonna be experiencing that's why I feel like the Seven of Cups for a week, every day brings you something different that comes in there as well. So interesting. We'll see what else they want you to know here. And Tanya, thank you so much. Hey, I did get your Cash App as well. I'll give everyone an update here on where the readings are gonna be. Sean G, I got your couple that came through the Cash App too. And Christina too. So yeah, Page of Cups starting off a heightened emotion, going to a new level of emotional. It's like they're telling you that your empathic abilities are going up a whole new level. It's like you're expanding into it. So whatever your practices are to put up a bubble to cleanse your emotional space, for this next week, I would definitely have, if you don't already have like a daily ritual, maybe while you shower or bath or something where you're like, this is how I'm going to use this moment to cleanse the emotions away for the day or from the day before. And I feel like it's important for you this next week because you're the feeling in which, and that makes sense with all this expansion energy, that empaths would be feeling emotions at a bigger and greater level. And that's that upgrade. The Page of Cups is like going from the 10 to the 11 in the cup suit. So be aware of that. Yep, Two of Wands, all that energy, emotional, energetic choice. So, how they impact us, it's like being aware of the weather. If I look outside, I'm going, look, it's raining. I'm not going to go outside in my favorite clothes that are going to get ruined by water, but I don't know what gets ruined by water because you usually wash clothes. Maybe something that's only supposed to be like dry clean, so you go outside and it gets ruined. Like, oh, well, when I know the emotional weather, then I know where to focus my energy. So being aware, you probably already track the moon as it goes through signs. In fact, I think like Monday, the moon is in Pisces, so expansion energy of emotion, right? Being aware, I track the moon because I have a large amount of water in my chart too. So I try to pay attention to it, so I'm aware of it, and you can ride the waves. And this makes sense with this Two of Wands because whatever you focus on, it's going to be expanded and amplified. And so choosing gratitude as much as you can, choosing, higher vibration, whatever emotion you're feeling. If it's a low vibration emotion that comes flooding in one day, it's like drinking a lot of water will take the taste away, right? Or your favorite coffee, your favorite tea will take away the bitter taste of something that didn't taste good. But it allows you to sit with it differently, right? Oh, I love that. Every morning in the shower and then grounding meditation. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. So definitely it's very important this week for sure. You have the Hierophant. Yep. Learning and growing. Your higher self this week definitely showing you something from a different perspective. Page of Wands. Yeah. So here's the energetic upgrade that is coming through with all of this. And the Eight of Cups. Yeah. So Seven of Cups for the overall energy of the Eight of Cups, which is this is allowing you the ability to let go of emotions and it could be that there's some that are stuffed below that when that's presented each day, there's emotion that might have some emotional memories that you can transmute and transform. It's also, of course, the Eight of Cups is about being aware of relationships with people or memories of relationships that you're ready to let go of and transmute. So very emotional week of emotional movement into a higher vibration for you. So I like that we're aware of it because then we're just like, oh, what is the emotion of today? Oh, that one. All right. Well, let me go through my, meditations, my cleansing, my journaling, reflection, whatever it is that will help you allow yourself to feel it and transmute it so that it doesn't keep boiling down there below the surface. Yeah, Three of Swords. So there is some heartache. Um, some of the emotions are going to be lower vibrational that are presented, but I feel like they're going to piggyback them every other day. So, like Monday, you start off with a high vibration, and then to prepare you Tuesday, they're like, well, here's kind of a interesting emotion with a different taste. And you're like, that is interesting. Okay. That's like a sour taste or, and then you get the next day you get a sweet, and then the next day a sour. It's like sweet and sour and sweet and sour and sweet and sour and sweet and sour. But let's see, sweet and sour, sweet and sour, sweet and sour. At least you end on a sweet note, right? So I like this for you. And the King of Swords, yeah. So you end up mastering your thoughts and beliefs and some mindsets that come in here. So I really like that for you here. Um, I feel like by the end of it, you're able to with this not knight, the King of Swords. It helps you release some of these expectations that led to disappointment, that led to some low vibrational emotional experiences. But I feel like with the king being the final one, that there is this release of old ways of thinking for you too. And so that's where the freedom comes from. So by the end of the sweet end of the week, there is that wonderful energy. All right. Wow. Let's see what your fortune cookie brings in here, and then we'll take a look at your number two. Hey, Debbie. Good to see you, my friend. All right. Surrender stress. There you go. So here's one of those lower vibrational motions, right? The whole hot and cold mister. There you go. Take a few deep breaths and exhale the tension you've built up in your body. Let the stress go as you come back to the center. So I like this. You know, it's like every other day you experience the highs of joy and gratitude, and then the next day you kind of have that balanced energy. But then the next day you have another high with those. So I like that for you. Have fun, right? Yay! Maybe you're the poster child for all of the other empaths in the chat. Everyone else prepare. We're all in this together, right? All right. So that's for your first one there, my dear. And then for your second one, thank you for your sticker there, coming soon, and for your donation. You want to know what are ours intention when he keeps reaching out to you? Oh, right. To be the tester. I don't know. Spirit's bringing, excuse me, bringing me back something I read earlier today that said sometimes people are mirrors, not to reflect back to us where we're at right now, but to show us how far we've come. A reflection to show us how far we've come, right? Yeah. Woohoo, right? Don't we just love life being a roller coaster? Be boring if it's just like this. We like it up and down and all around. At least every once in a while, right? Keeps life exciting. Let's see here. What's art going on here? I feel like there is mirroring to show you this. We'll find out. I feel like that's the higher, reason. And we'll see what's below the surface here of why the human is being a douchebag. Let's take a look here. Just tell him. No. Sorry, I hadn't used it yet in my session. For everyone else, that my host just gave this to me last weekend. She was cleaning out stuff, and she goes, "Hey, would you want this?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, this would be so fun during readings." So there we go. So anyway, the bottom of the deck here for them, okay, they got the Hangman. They are going through this transformation. And the bottom of the underneath that, we do have the Five of Pentacles, feelings of feeling abandoned, left behind, left out in the cold. Those feelings of lack, that kind of energy that comes in there. And oh yeah, just this feeling of rejection, this feeling of no, you can't leave me behind. You can't, you know, um, you can't leave me, kind of energy because of the nurturing that they would get before, um, that's there. Yeah, yeah. Not yet anyway. Eventually, you'll have the heart for yourself, and it's not about being hard, you know? Sometimes that's what people need. 'Cause, it's like when, if you've had a teenager, when you tell them, "Take out the trash," and they're like, "Okay," and then a half hour later, you go by and go, "Can you take out the trash? The trash man's gonna go tomorrow, so I need you to take out before you go to bed." "Alright, I'll do it." Alright. A half hour later, they're still there. Hour later, you're like, "You need to take out the trash." I will," and you're like, "Can I go do it right now? Give me a moment." And then they still don't, then you have to go take out that trash." And then they're like, "Oh," then they know that it has to get to that level before they'll go take out the trash, right? Sometimes that's what people need, that you have to speak up and be a different person. I know I'm usually an upbeat and happy and funny person. Even when I was a manager, I'm very, very positive. But when someone wasn't doing something and they needed to, sometimes all I had to do was just be serious. And they're like, "Oh crap." Can imagine. Or the eyebrow, when the eyebrow went up, whoa. What did you say? Whoosh, nothing. Sorry. All right. Let's see what else is going on here with them. You just turn off the sound on the phone. You just ghost them. Yeah. And I feel like this is the energy here. The courage to make your dreams come true, which I love this for you here because you're taking these steps. And I feel like this is a side because these two are like to the side outside of this other cards. I feel like this is you and this acknowledgement from spirit saying you've been taking steps, you've been courageous in doing things that you hadn't done before. Before you just be a mat and you would just be letting them walk all over you. But at least you put the mat inside and close the door and you lock it and you're putting on your iPods, whatever those things are called you put in your ears. And not listening to the doorbell or answering the door so they can't come in and walk over the mat. That's a good step. So I do like that for you here, um, with this, that you're following your dreams here. Now, um, the cards came out like this, and then underlined. So I do feel like these two cards are that message of mirroring, that they are showing you a mirror of how far you've come and things that you want to see around your own self too. On okay, what is still making me feel uncomfortable? Where are my fears still there? I feel like that's the higher reason why they keep reaching out because you're learning that I can say, no means no to people and not feel guilty and feel bad about it. And that's the power of no. Once we get that power of no inside and face that fear, we get stronger and stronger and stronger, um, with all that. And then this other card will be why they're humans doing it. But let's look at these others. The mirror here. Yeah. The Two of Cups. This is that again, if we were wondering, here's the mirror, right? Mirroring two cups on either side here. Yeah, and here's the tower that we had earlier, the lightning bolt. Understanding that people are removed out of our life to make space for someone that's more in alignment with our heart, with our self, right? To clear the path to move in a direction that's more in alignment with where our soul wants to go. And if you don't, and you've been taking the action, something about the tower card that they're wanting to bring in, usually there's two people that are on the tower card, the original tarot. One person is like this, like they are diving, they've dove is a good word, right? Dove out of the tower. The other person's getting blasted out of the tower. And what that energy is, it's like we can take action ourselves to remove things out of our life to make space and alignment. And if we don't, we have an agreement with our spiritual posse on important fated events. Like if there's something that I need to move forward in that I wanted to, then if I don't make action by this point, then the lightning bolt comes and spirit will remove it out of our life for us because we asked him to. But we have a countdown 10, 9, 8, 7, and if we're in tune with spirit, we hear the countdown going, oh, do I want electric shock therapy or do I want to remove it myself? And we can do that. We can remove things. And that's what you're doing in this case. Just know that if you hadn't, that they would eventually be blasted out of your life anyway. So it's good. Good isn't a good word because that's just a judgment. This is a new experience for you, and it's good. I mean, it feels good. It feels healthy. It feels like a new experience. All right. Yeah, Ace of Swords, you're gaining a lot of clarity. Again, this is the clarity you're getting through this mirror of how far you've come, um, how far you might still have to go with some things. But yeah, the Seven of Pentacles too. I feel like a big piece is you realized that maybe sometimes, even though you don't think you're a patient person, in some places, you're like, maybe I was too patient and put up with things longer than I really needed to, right? And I feel like this is you're putting your health first, your emotional, mental, energetic and physical health first over others. And that's a huge bravo, bravo, stage here. So, and then the bottom card, yep, Queen of Cups. I had a feeling your emotional support, the emotion that you give. Here's this empathic ability too. I have videos about the true gift of an empath, and I'm sure, like I'm pretty sure I shared all these with you already. But for the sake of anyone else listening, if this resonates for you, I have these two small videos. The empathic bubble and the real gift of an empath, the true gift of an empath is that we push out energy and that our energy can transmute other people's energy. It's like a energetic thinner where if someone's having emotional trouble, that our um, just being in your presence or communicating with you, they feel better. And so when people are around you, they just feel better. And that's why they're also contacting you, because even though you're getting the dragon and the ups and downs, of it all, they always feel better after interacting with you. And that's kind of their addiction, to feeling good. And so the reason why their human wants to contact you is because they feel really good after experiencing your emotional energy and that empathic energy that you have. So there you go. And let's see what your fortune cookie has for that situation there too. So they're not doing it to hurt you. They're doing it because it makes them feel good, and um, and they feel like they're safe to vent at you, and because you will in the past, you would take it, so they felt like, "Well, no one else would put up with this, but you always have," and you're like, "Not anymore." New salute, yeah. So we have surrender, resentments coming in for your fortune cookie for them. Surrender R. Oh, I love that, thank you. Surrender R. Yep, absolutely. You're choosing for you. Holding on to resentments only poisons you. Try to forgive others for their shortcomings and keep moving forward toward positive situations in your life. Exactly as you're saying. Yep. Just continue to move forward. They'll eventually, you know, get blasted out because you're doing your part, but they will eventually be out of your life soon. All right, so that's for those, and we'll circle back around for your other one here in a moment. But we will jump over to Anelia up next here for your three. So let's grab your timestamp here. There we are. All right, so Nelia, thank you so much for your multiple donations. Let me take a quick sip here. All right. So Nelia, the sunglass sticker here, and we'll of course circle back eventually for your free reading. But for the first donation, anyone or anything coming towards you, anything you need to know, whatever Spirit wants to say. All right, let's take a look here. So, what is coming towards you that they're wanting you to know right now? What's important? Okay, what's important for you to know? And these two, and these two. These two under there, and that one under there. Okay. So boom, 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 boom. All right. What is this all about? Justice is coming your way. Well, justice in the not like in the external world here. I feel like it's more balancing energy because underneath there you have the Two of Pentacles too, which is screaming balance to me. So that's definitely that energy that's coming in here. Uh, sorry, I was laughing at Moonlight. I'm glad you guys have a sense of humor. All right. So let's see what's headed towards you here. You do have the Six of Wands. This is a victory. This is a movement, a smooth movement of energy, passion, attraction. Let's see what this is about here. Hermit and the Moon. Yeah. So this feels more spiritual than it does mental or etc. Because you have the Hermit, which is, that um, the lantern is connection to the spirit world, and the Moon card is that emotional connection. Mother Luna, this it's very ethereal kind of energy, especially with the combination of those two. So I feel like there is energy that's flowing more spiritually, and this balancing energy, yeah, underneath those is the Ace of Cups. So that's the unconditional love energy from up above. So all of that is telling me this is about an upgrade, an expansion that's headed towards you, that's connecting you to this higher place. Let's see what these other cards are. They're like nudging me to go forward here. Yep, the Magician, focusing on your energy and where you're investing it. Wow, yeah, you got the Hermit and the Moon card, Major Arcana. Now you got the Magician, you got the Tower too, which is the removal of things out of your life that don't serve you, and the Six of Pentacles coming in here too. So the Six of Pentacles energy, with all the three of those coming in together, does feel like there's this. It's like, why is this you know, surge of higher vibrational energy? Why is it coming? This is the removal. You have taken action to remove this out of balance of giving and receiving, where you had this based on your earlier 7 years old and younger, you had this thinking that you had to do things like you had to give 1,000 love coins to get one back, where you've been working on that. And so if you think of the energetic pipeline, we start off with a very clear flowing pipeline into this human character as a baby in the womb. And we're just sitting in this beautiful place of unconditional love energy. And we're born into the world, and then things start clogging that flow. The the rules, the punishment, the feeling everyone's emotions, it starts feeling like becomes less and less and less and less and less. It's like a gas pipeline. The bright burning flame starts to, and then we reach a point where we're like, wait a minute, I'm going to start clearing this pipeline out. We start doing the stuff, and your light is becoming brighter and brighter. And that's what I feel like here. The Magician is the action, the Tower is the removal, and the Six of Pentacles has to do with this out of balance, over giving energy of, could have also expressed itself as codependent, relationships where you're the overgiver and the other person tends to be the leech, right? Underneath that, you do have the Eight of Wands. Yeah, so this definitely opened this pathway of energy in the King of Wands. Yeah. So really, this connection, this represents your higher self in this particular. And Eight of Wands is a lot of messages from spirit too. So definitely, if you feel like things have expanded, in addition to all this energy of changing humanity this year astrologically and with the collective and everything else, we got so much change going on in humanity this year and next year. But you've done above and beyond even that, which has really expanded things for you. And so I feel like you're picking up on more things intuitively, empathically, energetically, emotionally, but wait, empathically, but even emotional energies. So I feel like they're wanting you to know this is what you need to be aware of, that the stuff you've been working on and doing, here comes the stuff's been breaking off, opening up your pipeline of that unconditional love energy from above, which is what fuels and uh, what is it called? Like a charge. It's what energizes. It's the electrical source of our gifts. So that's why it's been expanding more. Yeah, the Five of Cups, a lot of emotional transformation has been happening, especially around the Page of Pentacles and how you look at your worth in relationship to the outside world. So this is where you've done a lot of this work. Yeah, and you have this whole new adventure, this whole new beginning, a lot of freedom energy that is coming in here for you. And again, it's the Full card is the first card in the Major Arcana that follows, The last card in the major arcana, the world card, which is the ending of an old cycle, the beginning of a new adventure. So I feel like that's what's coming in here towards you that you need to be aware of. So I love that for you. We'll pull a fortune cookie here too. And we'll go on to your second question. But wow, zap, zap, zap. You've been really removing things out of that pipeline, that emotional pipeline. So I love that. Let's see here. What do they want here for your fortune cookie? All right. This one here. You've got surrender the idea you can fix someone. I like this because I have like this little sticky note I have on my computer that says, I'm not broken. I'm burning away that which is not me. And this is kind of like, I don't have to fix myself. I'm just burning away that which is not me. That's important. Also, we don't need to fix other people too. It's time for a relationship to shift. It doesn't work to try to fix someone. Each person must be accountable for his or her own healing. I love this that you have moved this energy to focusing on your own healing and your own the burning away of things out of your life that are not you. So I like that for you. All right. So that's the first one there for you. All right, let's see here. Hey, Nelia. Hello, hello. Sorry, I just saw you said hello. So hopefully that resonates for you. And then number 2 coming up here. There we go. Your So a general on your and Kevin's relationship. What does he think of you? His feelings? Is your friendship long term? All right. We'll do a check in on there for you. Let's take a quick sip here. All right. So what do they want you to know about you and Kevin's relationship? Okay. And then what does he think of you? Let's see here. I do want this one for feelings. I do also want this one for feelings. And then is your friendship long term based on current energies? Anything we need to know about that? Is it faded or not? Or is it turbulent or what? We'll find out. All right. So the bottom of the deck, you do have the 9 of Pentacles. This is like the hermit's journey of the outside world, but I don't feel like this is a message of, yeah, it's going to end and you're going to be by yourself kind of energy. This is more a reminder that every relationship and friendship and everything we have is a reflection of our own self-love. And we're always going to be looking at ourself in mirrors with everyone that we have around us. Don't normally get that for the 9 of Pentacles, but that's the energy that they brought in with that. Let's see here. What's the general between the two of you here? Yeah, the Hierophant. So you definitely, with the card of the teacher, the change master, you guys definitely a big piece of you guys learn a lot from each other, and you learn a lot from you know being in each other's lives, especially about the outside world and abundance with the King of Pentacles. Now, one of the big lessons the King of Pentacles brings us is when we define ourselves by the 3 buckets of the outside world, which are relationships of all kinds, friends, lovers, family, coworkers, whatever, situations, jobs, education, situations we get into in things, our bodies, our bank accounts, our possessions, we feel unstable because all those things are unstable. So in a way, they help both of you been helping each other learn about the instability of the outside world in that things change, people change, things go through changes, right? So there is that kind of stepping stone type of energy that's here, but we'll see about length of time toward the end here. What does he think of you? Yeah, 4 of Cups, emotional stability. So they think of you as someone that, is a good sounding board. You're consistent emotionally, at least from their standpoint. The High Priestess, too, which they do see you here as a bit empathic and I don't want to say like a introvert, but it is this there's this mystery, this mysticalness around you with this underlying here. And they feel like, and this goes back to us talking about with Moonlight too, about the empathic ability that when they're around you, they've kind of their emotions stabilize. Your empathic abilities, um, just people like being around you, and this particular person enjoys being around you because they feel stable afterwards. So like it's really I always feel good after being around you kind of energy. How does he feel about you? Yeah. The full card, this breath of fresh air, like, I don't feel like they have any expectations around you. I don't feel like, um, yeah, here the underlying energy is the Page of Cups. So heightened emotion. I don't feel like they emotionally have expectations. I feel like they're just trying to the reason why I'm kind of pausing is because I'm sitting in their energy and I just feel this mysticalness and everything. They're like, you're just different. And they just don't know where to put you in their it's like I'm having trouble describing it because they're having trouble defining it, and but in the same place, they don't wanna define it because that they feel will ruin it, and so I feel like they're just kinda going with it, if that makes sense. So, that's what they have going in there. Let's see, is your friendship long term? Let's see what we got going on here. You have the moon card. Cycles, I feel like you guys it's been cycles. Fullness goes away to new moon, full moon, new moon, full moon, new moon. Nine of Cups. It does feel here, this is a dream come true and happy energy. So it feels like you guys go through cycles quite a bit of drawing closer and drifting apart and closer and apart. But overall, I don't feel like there's anything that is wanting them not to be around. Yeah, I feel like there's the Chariot card. This is a victory card. It is the power of choice card coming through here. The Six of Cups. You guys do have a lot of past life connections that do keep you guys connected. And the Eight of Cups. So, got the six, the eight, the nine, very positive emotion cards. The huge moon emotion card. I do feel like that there is reason that you guys are in each other's lives, and I do feel like this is a long term friendship at the very least. I didn't get big romantic feelings here, but there is a lot of emotion that has you guys tied, especially with that past life and the moon card. Really shows a lot of subconscious emotional energy that keeps you guys connected, but I feel like you guys will go through cycles, of closeness and then drifting apart and then closeness and drifting apart and closeness. Um, but I do feel like it is a long term, like I said, at the very least, a friendship. Let's see what else they have here for the power of surrender cards here. All right. So the card that made itself known is surrender comparisons with other people. And it says, keep your eyes trained on yourself. Focus on your own strengths, your own attractiveness, and your own power. And this is that mirroring. You guys mirror it back. So, whatever you think you see over there, go, where's that inside of me? If there's something that I feel um, is going on that I'm not comfortable with, I can look at inside of me, bring it back to I'm going to be me, and um, I feel like that's the big nudge that's there. All right, you are very welcome, Nadia. All right, hey Olivier, shout out to another of my YouTube channel members, and Kate. Hey Kate, good to see you too. Hope I didn't miss anyone else coming in here. So hello everybody, and thank you for all the donations here. Once I finish, I've got one more for Nelia, and then bouncing back to Moonlight, I will give everyone an update on where we're at on donations. I'll add to the list here. give everyone an update here. All right. So, Nelia, thank you for your third donation with your little sticker with the love heart eyes. And like a general love reading and any messages from your future true love, whatever else Spirit wants to say. All right. Let's take another sip here. All right. There we go. So we got those. Got this. Right. I wanted that one first, which leads to that one, which leads to that one, which they don't want any of those. Okay. All right. Scooching these over. You know, the bottom of the deck, you have the Ace of Pentacles here. Ace of Pentacles does show newness. So I don't feel like you know them yet. I feel like it's good to know coming in that you don't know your future true love, meaning, well, you are your future true love, right? We're the love we're looking for. But the human kind of expression of the closest thing we have to the unconditional love in our life, right? um, you don't know them yet with this Ace of Pentacles. So it's the start of the reading saying that here. You do have the Justice card, the balance here of this energy. And let's see, look at the other side of the scale. Here you have the Queen of Cups. Yeah, this empathic emotion connection here. And I do feel that these are the two sides of the scales between the two of you. Now, this person, I feel like in on the surface, it's going to be like, are we really compatible? And people will think of this in the beginning. What I'm thinking of, we'll see what these middle cards are, but before I look at them, I feel like the King of Cups and the Queen of Swords. The King of Cups rolls over water, but behind the scene has the brain, right? And the Queen of Swords on the surface has the brain, but behind the scenes, all queens have cups. So she has the heart. So on the surface, you're like, really? A King of Cups and a Queen of Swords? That come from two different worlds. But behind the scenes is where the connection. So if someone didn't get to know the two of you, they would think, you guys don't have anything in common. But they're like, oh, you have no idea. Really? Are they emotional? Yeah. And other people are like, well, do they really get all the stuff you talk about? Because they can get into your brainiac stuff? Yeah, she's a nerd at heart. You know, they're like, "What? Really? I would never have thought that." But when they get to know you guys, they realize, "Wow, what a fit it is." So I feel like that's an important thing here. Yeah, the star card. Here's Aquarius energy, but also balancing energy again. You guys are well balanced. There's all this balancing, even with the Queen of Cups. Normally she has one cup, but she has two cups. So there's this balancing in the scales of the Justice card. The Star card is a balancing energy because usually it has one big star and then seven small stars, which represent the seven chakras, the balancing of all the chakras. So that's the energy that's really standing out here. And the Star card is that you both stand out to each other in each other's lives, because the Seven of Wands is about being true to your authentic self and not dimming your light, not asking permission to shine, and that you guys don't need to defend. It's just this wonderful, you both can be yourselves and with each other, especially. And I love the balance that comes in with all that. So I like that. Do you like the nerdiness? Are you a nerd at heart? I knew it. I knew it. You do have the Knight of Pentacles, which is the slowest moving knight. So things are going slow on purpose to help you guys both raise your love vibration. And as you learn things, we've talked about it before, right? It's still a little ways off, but it's giving you the opportunity to learn things, to grow things and experience things so that you don't bring it into that relationship. Okay, look here. King of Cups. As I was saying, let's see, do we have the Queen of Swords? Dun dun dun. No, but we do have the Page of Cups, which is, so this is giving you guys both the opportunity to balance your head and your heart, and the Page of Cups to find that self-love within, which allows you with the Eight of Cups to really, I think we've talked about the Eight of Cups where it's about building up your emotional bank, where one, you're getting rid of things outside of your life that don't serve anymore, right? Relationships where you've been over giving 80, 90% into friendships, relationships with family, friends, whoever, and they're only giving back 10 and 20. Both of you are cutting things out of your life where you're people out of your life or just not giving anymore, not really cutting them out, but you're just like backing off, not being the overgiver in all these relationships, and you're allowing them to drift away, and you're getting all this emotional energy back. And then also, like we talked about in your first reading, all this emotional clearing that you've been doing has also been allowing this emotional bank. So you guys are both preparing so that you can just flood each other with this beautiful emotional energy too. They're doing that work. They're giving you kudos, also to do that, um, to continue to do that because the more you both raise your love vibration, the faster you guys get to be drawn together. So I really like that. Right, so that's what's coming in from them. Let's get your fortune cookie here. Thank you again for your multiple donations there. All right, they do want this one here. And you got surrender to rest and sleep. Yes. Make sure you're resting. That's like a loving thing. And babe, hey boo, make sure you're taking care of you. To prevent burnout, slow down. Honor your need for quiet time and peaceful sleep to rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit. So they're watching over you. Bada bada boo boo. All right. So that's what they have for those for you, Nelia. Thank you again for all your donations. Much love to you. All right. And then Moonlight, we're circling back around for your additional donation here. Let me grab both of your timestamps here. Put them down here. And after I'm done with this one, everybody will give you an update on where we're at on the other donations as well. You're welcome, Nelia. Thanks for calling them amazing. All right. So, Moonlight, thank you for your little rose sticker here. Let me make sure I'm in the right place. Yeah, okay. So you want to know how will your weekend turn out? Anything fun or juicy? And then we'll circle back around eventually for your free reading as well. Too funny. All right, let me take a sip here before we get into anything fun and juicy. All right, let's take a look. How will your weekend turn out? And then fun or juiciness. We want those. Ooh, we want these two. Which lead to that. Which leads to that. Okay, let's see what we got here. All right. Is this the sweet before the sour starts next week? Because you got the Nine of Cups on the bottom of the deck, so feels like there's this fulfilling emotional weekend here. But what I'm seeing with the Nine of Cups, they're bringing in one of my favorite Ten of Cups cards, which shows 4 cups and then 3 cups and then 2 cups and then 1 cup. And the cup on the top is the Ace of Cups, which is our self-love and our chalice. And it's flooding in. It looks like kind of like a one of those champagne towers where all the it's overflowing and filling up all the other cups. And there's this so that's the feeling I'm getting is this feeling of emotional like bliss and fulfillment, but it's coming because you're choosing self-love and it doesn't have anything to do with anything out there. So that's the underlying energy that's popping in here right now. Let's see what else. The Four of Cups, yeah, emotional, stable weekend. And the Empress, yeah, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. So all that being reinforced here about you um, really focusing in on your self-love and nurturing of you and yourself. Um, yeah, and I don't feel like they wanna go anywhere else with those. They're just saying, "This is the foundation of your happy weekend." They have other cards, so let's see what else they have here for you. They have the King of Pentacles. There's this fullness. Let's see what all this is. You got the 5 of Cups. Okay. And then also the Queen of Swords. So I feel like this is you balancing your head and your heart. But this King of Pentacles, this earthly, very earth focused individual is really focusing in on, this I don't know, they're just focused on the external world and defining themselves by the outside world, like really what we look like, what we have, how much we make, all this kind of things that are coming in here. And the 5 of Cups is this up and down emotional energy. So I feel like that you might have an opportunity to be in contact with someone that is very earthy that way, but they're out of balance and they're all over the place in their emotions. Maybe that's, this um storm that's raging around you that you can just stay in the eye of the storm and be silent. Maybe that's R, if that's them. But the Queen of Swords is like you staying balanced between your head and your heart and you focusing on you. Underneath the surface here, yep, 7 of Cups, a lot of different emotions that are popping around. Yep, the 2 of Pentacles, this wonderful balance and energy and the King of Wands. But this is you deciding what energy you want to focus on, what you're wanting to do with all of that energy. There's no right or wrong choices. There's just different choices with different outcomes and different experiences. But they're saying here, I feel like you're just remaining in this balanced state with all of this and then you're choosing it. And I feel like that's why there's this self love. And by the end of the weekend, you're feeling like, wow, again, with all this reflective energy of like, look how far I've come. And I feel like it's like a nudge from spirit to be proud of yourself, be proud of the awareness and the steps you've taken to be able to really see that and to be able to stay in the storm and not go, what's that bright shiny thing? And you go over and get sucked out into the storm, right? You're just like, nope, none of my business. I'm coming back to my own business, right? Let's see what that has here. Yeah, and it continues here, this King of Cups, balance between the heart and the head, and stepping into your power. So really reinforcing it here that you are really realizing how much your choices control your storm within the eye of the storm. Things can rage on the outside, but you're like, I'm the one, like, you can look outside and go, "Oh my gosh, let's say it's 100 degrees outside because it's summer in a lot of places, right? So there's 100 degrees outside, Fahrenheit. Celsius, that'd probably be the world on fire, but Fahrenheit. And then on the inside, instead of turning on like your air conditioner, you're turning on my house is leaving. You're turning up the heat. And you're like, what? And you realize I can turn on the air conditioner and I can feel very comfortable on the inside, even with the weather on the outside. Or if it's super cold outside, you can turn on the heater. I don't have to be cold in here. I can be comfortable in my own skin inside of my own place, regardless of the weather on the outside. That's what I feel like this energy that came in here. And the 7 of Wands, yeah, being true to your authentic self, not dimming your light, not asking permission to shine, not feeling like you have to defend yourself either. Yeah, great awareness, I feel like, through this weekend here. I feel like this is gonna be a big aha weekend where you're really realizing your power, and I feel like there's this clarity that comes in on the true impact of that. And, I like that. It's like when you come in from it being hot outside and you're your home is hot and you can turn on the fan and the air conditioner and you feel it cool off really quick and you're like, I like this. I like having this ability, to do this or to sit by a warm fire after you've been out in a freezing cold. I get to choose my inner climate, regardless of the outer climate as well. So I like that. Let's take a look here for your fortune cookie and see what else we have here. I know it sounds quite good. All right. Yeah, surrender your ego. Ooh, hello. You're like, speaking of climate, cultivate gratitude. Be of service to others and come from the heart. A big ego, it's our mindsets, can work against you, but humility will further your goals. But I like this because it's like this is about you nurturing yourself. And the ego would say to sacrifice yourself, to put up with everyone else, you know, no, no, everyone else is more important than me. This is about putting that ego aside and really nurturing yourself from the inside. So I like that. All right. So that's what they have for that one, Moonlight. Thank you again for your multiple donations. I appreciate that. All right. So that was my first list of donations, but I've gotten several more since then. And thank you guys so much. You blow me away with your love and support. I'm just so, so honored. All right. So let's take a look here. Let me make the list here and I'll tell you who it is as I'm going along here. So up next, we'll have here for donation. Before I say that, anyone that's waiting for your free readings, I do prioritize donations first. And I'm going to be on for about another 45 minutes. Then I'm going to spend about an hour or so with my Praying Mantis members. Then I'll come back on a second stream because I know I'm not going to get to all these before I finish here in 45 minutes. So I will come back on and finish everything. When I'm done with the stream, I do post a pinned comment listing all of the readings I completed with timestamps. So you can just click on it and go directly to your reading. So if you're like, well, do I have to hang around for my free reading? You're like, nope. If you have life to live, I get it. If you want to hang around, listen to others. Sometimes people glean a lot from other people's readings too. Feel free to hang out with us. We love having your energy here. But if you need to go, I understand. I will be back, and after the stream, I will post that as well. So there you go. All right. So Christina Lowe, you will be up next, and then Sean G. Looks like we have two for you. Thank you. Boom, boom. Let me just keep up here. I just need to bounce back and forth here. Let's see. All right. And then Tanya, I saw you just post your question, but your donation came back in a little while ago. Let me just make sure I'm putting your name correctly. Okay, so Tanya, you'll be up after that. Okay, let me just make sure timestamp wise here. Okay. And then we have Culture Envy. Hello, hello. And then Brenda Tejada. Hello, my dear. Okay. And then we have Miss K twice. Hey, Miss K. And then let me look at your timestamp. And then Kate, you are up there. Trying to capitalize it. Nope. Okay. And then let me just take a look here. And then Culture Envy back around for your additional one here. Okay. Is that it? No, and you have a third one too. That one will be a little, I have a couple more in between. Let me just see who this is here. Okay, and then thank you for putting via the PayPal, we have Raisin. So Raisin, thank you for mentioning your YouTube account. That keeps me from mentioning people's real names when we shouldn't. And let me see here. Let me look at timestamps. Okay. And then Michelle Smith up after that. And then Culture Envy, you said that's your last question. Oh, you don't have you can ask as many as you guys want. Probably won't get to all of these donations here in this session, so I will be coming back on anyway. So ask as many as you guys want. Oh, Christina, thank you so much. Yes, thank you for affirming that as well. All right. All right. So, Christina, let's grab your timestamp here. You are up right now. So, thank you so much. Let's put your timestamp down here. And yeah, like your tired coffee. So, let's take a look here, Christina. Let's see. And yeah, you're tired. I see that there. And so, let's see here. Did you have a question here? I don't think it. If you had a question, I don't know if it popped in here, Christina. Oh. Oh, no, Christina, you just want to answer in spirit to the question that you've been asking? Okay, sure. What I mean is, like, sometimes people will send, like, their Cash App or PayPal, whatever, and they have, like, their real legal name there, and sometimes, people have a different name in YouTube, and so for privacy reasons, if people don't have it out here. I don't want to be the one to go, "Hey, this is their name." And they're like, "Oh my God, no, I don't want to enroll my real name because I'm asking questions about, my spouse, and I don't want them to be able to find it and realize it's me, or whatever." I don't want to be that guy. All right. All right, Christina. So you want to know an answer from spirit to the questions that you've been asking them. All right. So let's take a look here. What do they want you to know here? The questions you've been asking them. All right, and these are underneath the surface. Okay. All righty. So the underlying energy, you do have the Empress card coming in here. And the Empress card, is this. Yeah, no problem. um, and that's cool because then I don't, that whatever's coming through, that it's not influencing me either. So I don't mind that at all. But the Empress card is about Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, nurturing yourself, putting yourself first, you birthing things for you, and sensuality coming in here too. Yes, there's sensuality in your future, but this is all about a time for you and for putting yourself first. And it's an important, that's the underlying card just for all of the answers because it's this self-sacrificing kind of energy that can pick up, I need to give to everyone else. And if there's anything left over, then I can eat. It's like, no, this is about what brings you true joy, not what you feel like you have to do and, sacrifice, but to give yourself like there's a strong message of out of anyone in your life, you're the one who deserves the love you have to give. So start with you with that. Right? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, especially when you're taught, especially women in our society, at least in America, and I imagine all over the world, you're supposed to sacrifice everything for everyone else, and that's BS. Lies, all lies. So you have here, the Knight of Swords is the change and movement of thought and belief and mindset, and the King of Wands here. So this is part of that message where the king is like, they clear the throne room. They have a lot of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, a lot of self-appointed advisors, a lot of people telling them who they should do, what they should do, everything in their life, right? And there is this you know, empowerment of you staying true to you, you deciding what it is you want, and then moving forward, you know, putting a plan together and putting action behind it. But it's about clearing the throne room of all the noise and, have everyone put all their opinions in a box by the door on their way out. Thank you for your opinions, but now I'm going to make decisions for my kingdom, my life, because I'm the one in charge of it, right? So I feel like this is a big piece of that coming in here too. Hey, Maria, no, not yet. I probably won't get it to in this session. It'll be the next makeup session tonight because I haven't gotten any free readings and I got a ton of other donations yet to complete. So it definitely will be the second stream that I'll complete it in. All right. So let's see what else they have here for you. You do have the Five of Wands and the Six of Cups. Five of Wands is a transformation of energy, and the Six of Cups does have a lot to do with past life energies, but because there is this repeating emotional energy that you wanted to be able to be and experience this to help set yourself free from it with this energy here too, Lilith, right? Yeah, did you get that other reading where your past life connections with Lilith? You guys go way back. I think it was Lilith, right? Um, but this has to do with a change of energy around children. The Six of Cups, child energy, with this Five of Wands, which is family and community together. And the energy underneath, yeah, the Eight of Swords is about letting go of some old thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. And the eight is an energy that you have been realizing this, and you have been making progress, and it's celebrating the movement from all of the thoughts and beliefs that have made you feel blinded and bound and trapped and restricted out of fear of being rejected, fear of people saying that you're a bad mom, bad grandma, or whatever, too, whatever it may be. And it's like, no, you're realizing that um, "Hey, you guys are still alive. I did my job," you know? And it's freeing yourself from that. They're reminding me, a friend of mine, she went to go visit her children, and she thought she did such a you know, her husband got MS, and she, like, sacrificed so much of her life for him, and, even though he cheated on her and all of her children and all this stuff, and then to find out that they didn't have like, they were like, Well, you never did this," and she's just like, and it's like, you can never do enough, and you can never be a perfect parent. No human has a perfect parent that's gonna give them all of the unconditional love and all the unconditional attention, unconditional acceptance. There's it's the human can't. And to realize that and to release all of that pressure we have ourselves on so that we can give ourselves the love and the life that we're wanting, it's okay. It's okay to do that. And I feel like that's a big piece of this energy, especially the Empress, this mother energy that's coming in. I feel like this is an important piece of this. And you got the Justice card, which is about seeing things from a higher perspective, also cutting away the small t truths that don't serve, maintaining this balance. But and in doing so, this Page of Wands gives you a new passion for life, a new activation, a new spark of living, instead of feeling like sometimes like you're existing. And the root underneath that is the Knight of Wands, allowing your passions, following your passions, going and doing things you love for you, not for trying to get love, which we're all taught to do that, right? Well, if I do this for everyone, then they'll love me. If I don't, I'm afraid they won't love me. But really, if people only love us for us because we do things, that's not love. That's transactional, bartering, emotional bartering. And it's like, no, um, real love will be there regardless of what we do or don't do, say or don't say. And if we don't do something and someone punishes it for us, then that gives us good information that we need to know, right? So I like that. Let's see what else we have here. Got the King of Pentacles, the Five of Pentacles. This does have to do with fear of, being left behind, fear of lack, fear of not being enough. Um, the King of Pentacles is about abundance and fullness of life, and the Five of Pentacles is a transformational energy of like that instead of thinking that it's humans that bring me what I need in each moment, it's actually Creator. And they're the ones that make sure we have all our sustenance and everything we have, including our emotion. The love we're looking for, we find in here. Love of children, love of grandchildren, love from animals, whatever. It's a can be a small taste of what we're wanting, but it will never fulfill us like that when we connect to the upper realms. And that's what our heart is hungry for, is the eternal, unconditional love of the higher realms, is what is coming in there. And I like this transformation that is transforming here. Yeah, Eight of Cups, leaving behind emotions that don't serve you anymore, even relationships that don't serve you anymore. And those are the ones where you always are putting in 80, 90% of the emotion, and other people are always consistently only giving 10 and 20%. And you don't have to like take them out of your life, but it's about allowing, only putting in a certain amount, and then allowing, the if they don't put in the other, it drifts apart, and that's okay, because you deserve the love that you have to give. Um, and you fill up first and overflow. And that's such an important thing, to realize that you're not a barrel of love that's, to be supplying everyone else for emotion. And we tend to do that. We'll become a barrel. People can't become energy vampires. People can't connect into our emotions and take it from us, but we are convinced, or out of guilt or out of our mentality, go, oh, I'm supposed to plug everyone into me, and everyone's to fill me up, right? I'm supposed to fill everyone else up, but no one's giving back to me, and so my barrel just starts seeping, and then I become exhausted, and I continue to give and give and give until I'm even resentful, right? And then what we do is we trade in that barrel, we disconnect all of those things, and people get a little pissy sometimes when we disconnect it all, but we trade in that barrel to become a chalice. Nothing can plug in. We can't plug anyone in, but what we can do is we fill up, and then everyone else gets overflow. And the best gift we can give the world is a healthy, full, overflowing us, not a bitter, sour, resentful, drained, exhausted self, right? So hopefully those are bring you some answers to some of your questions. And let's see what your power of surrender card is here for your fortune cookie. Yep, surrender denial. Turn in your Queen Cleopatra, Queen of Denial uh, crown, right? Accept people and situations exactly as they are without denying the difficulties. Then you can see things clearly and make the decisions. So I like the clarity. It's like the Eight of Swords, which is removing the blinds, the bounds, the mindsets that like, well, a mom is always supposed to overgive to everyone else. My mom, I'm supposed to overgive to my mom. I'm supposed to overgive to my children, my grandchildren, everyone, all their friends too. And then if there's anything left over, I get that. No, it's you get to be full and overflowing. And there's an important thing, is because if you do that, then you teach everyone else that they can do the same for themselves too. So I like that for you. All right, Christina, that's what they have for that. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. Hey, Naya, welcome, welcome. I will get to your reading, but not in this session. For anyone new coming in, donations do get first priority, and I still have a list of those which I will not complete in the next 30 minutes. And then I'm going to go spend about an hour or hour and a half with my Praying Mantis members. And then I will be coming back on for an evening session, and I will complete all readings. So after I'm done with the stream, and this will be on the second stream that I'll get to yours, I will pin a comment and have your all the names with the timestamp. So when I finish the stream, you can come back in and see your name and just click on it. It'll take you right to your reading. We're very high tech right now. No, I'm just kidding. That's not super high tech, but all right. So that's what we have there. All right. So let me take a sip here. All right. Sean G, you are up next. Let's grab your timestamp here. There we go. All right. So Sean G, let's scroll up here. I think yours is up here. Do. I don't think you put him in there. Oh, nope, you had it here. So good. Yeah, thank you. So for your first donation, you wanted guidance for the weekend. So yep, there you and you re-put it over here too. Okay, good. So let's take a look here, Sean G. Guidance for the weekend. All right, and this one here leading to that one there. All right. So you've got the Hierophant energy overall for the underlying energy, which is really coming through as teacher student energy here. Now, I feel like guidance for this weekend, I feel like if you'll take a step back, and I feel like we'll get some clarity here too with these other cards, but this is about what you're teaching, how you're teaching it, ideas, creativity, around teaching um, energy. So let's see what that's about. You do have the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, some new opportunities to teach, a heightened way of looking at what, like the physicalness of it with this Page of Pentacles. But it is a new opportunity that comes up here, some new ideas on how to create new opportunities for teaching as well. You have the Four of Cups. Yeah, I feel like you've kind of feel with the Four of Cups, like you've gotten kind of like I feel like you are stagnant inside, like your heart, you're like, well, I want something new. I want something exciting. I want something different that excites me and my students, different way to look at things. Um, and I feel like that's what is so it's not that other people are thinking this. This is all within you that you're wanting to ignite something new, that you're wanting to bring in new approaches. Yeah, Page of Swords. So, yeah, and this is new ideas, heightened ideas and creativity. So I feel like if you'll open your mind and ask spirit and just pay attention around you, you're going to get some ideas that just come out and go, oh, this would be, oh yeah, if I do this and this, wow, and I feel like you'll get a lot of ideas around teaching here that will excite you. And because you're excited, then students and other people get excited, and your excitement energy and your gratitude around these ideas, that's what, because you have this joy energy, that's what draws uh, more students towards you too. So I like that. You have the Queen of Cups. Yep. Trust your intuition, trust your gut, follow your heart this weekend with this too. Yeah. Nine of Pentacles. It is brings you this feeling of independence, and finances are attached to that too. So that does confirm for me, if you follow your heart and follow that, that you will get this abundance that comes in. So I do feel like it does draw new students or new teaching opportunities to you. And the strength card, yep, your Leo energy, the leader standing up, being seen in a positive way. So I do feel like this will, again, with the Hierophant and the lion energy, the Leo energy, I do feel like this is about, it's going to give you an opportunity to be out in front of people. That does bring you opportunities. So allow yourself the space and openness just to know, okay, this energy is out there for growth and for sparking and to give me this new energy. So I like all that there for you. Shanji, hey, you came back just in time. All right. Let's see what your fortune cookie is here for this weekend, too. What else do they want you to know here? Surrender to complete healing. And it says, open fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe that support your physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. Kind of want to leave off that last part that just says, you know, open fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe that support you and that they will give you, they'll drop ideas and they'll spark things because they are the creative mind and they're definitely there for you. So I love that. Right, so that's for your first one there. All right. And then for your second one here, you started a new marketing. Let's see here. There it is. You started with a new marketing company, and with the plan you've come up with, will you reach your August sales goal? All right, let's take a look here. So, based on current energies, all right, thank you. What else? Will you reach your August sales goals? And they do want this one too. Okay, oh, and that one too. All right. Well, August, the eight of wands. Here's August number 8. So there is this great energy of fast movement and some great communication. But I love this energy of go, 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 a lot of fast moving. And I feel like this is a very positive sign because it's a lot of active energy. You also have uh, your second card that came out is the Four of Wands. It made itself known right away. Joy, celebration. So that's a positive sign. The first card is the Magician, which talks about your energy. So, how much it, of course, all of this energy and what you're focusing your energy on. If I focus on I fear I'm not going to, or "Oh, I need to and I want," that's lack energy, like we talk about, right? So they're definitely bringing in the magician energy. Focus on gratitude for what you have right now. That is what allows more to come to us. If I focus on lack, then I push it away and I make it more difficult for things to come in. So whether you meet your sales goal or not is all about doing daily gratitude, whether it's at breakfast or with your first cup of tea or coffee in the morning. It's just, like, cheers. I'm so grateful for my abundance. And it's really picture your abundance and what you have had or whatever, but make it some sort of daily ritual as many times as you want. The more we focus on it, the more we draw it toward us. Gratitude, not the need and want to obtain because that pushes things away. So it's all about, and I think I've talked about it before, putting an hourly reminder on your phone that goes off every hour, silent vibrating alarm that gets your attention, no one else's. Gratitude. Let me come back to gratitude. Let me come back to gratitude. And it's not just doing it action, but really picturing it, feeling it, sincerely having gratitude for abundance. It'll make a difference for you here because the amount that you bring in will be based on your energy, not stuff of the outside world. Yeah, the 10 of cups, another joy card. So I feel like you'll reach these goals, but focusing on your energy is really important. The knight of swords, I feel like you will get some nudges from spirit on tweaking some things here and there because the knight of swords is the pursuit of seeing things from a different perspective. Yeah, you got another the world card, which is another card of like achievement or victory. And it's the ending of a big cycle, the beginning of a whole new cycle, too. So I feel like this is going to work out really well for you. And as you change this cycle of focusing on lack and focusing on gratitude, 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 and making that part of your new way of living, that you're able to achieve that goal, that you even set higher goals because you're just like, you know what? I know I can have more. In fact, you might not even feel like you need to set goals because you're focusing on gratitude and you're not focused on, I need this. You're just focusing on, I'm so grateful I have this and I have had that. So it's a change of that energy is so important, right? Yeah, Ace of Swords again. New perspectives coming in here. Knight of Swords, Ace of Swords, Wheel of Fortune. So feels very, very positive here. But I feel like the big important thing is that this change of mindset from, and I know it so goes against like business principles of, well, if you don't focus on a goal, you'll never get it. But if all we do is focus on a goal, we push it away from us instead of focusing on gratitude is the law of the universe that draws things to us. So we make it easier and more expansive when we focus on the gratitude. But everything looks good with all of these Wheel of Fortune and all this Ten of Cups, all this happy, happy, joy, joy feels very positive. But I feel like if you make those adjustments, that it'll even be even like, holy crap, right? Let's see here. Surrender to non-action. Yeah, this is okay. This is going to be great. It says, now is the time to be still and not act. Simply breathe and focus on your own power. Let others come to you. So there is this energy, and this goes so against what we're taught, right? Action, 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 trying, trying, trying pushes stuff away. And I think I've probably shared this before. When I was in corporate life, like I worked four times, from my viewpoint, I worked four times as hard as everyone else, trying to get promotions, trying to get bonuses, trying to get raises, and I would get a meets expectations. And I'm like, really? And so I would just give up on all of that and go, well, I'm not going to try for any of that. I make good enough money and I enjoy the position that I'm in and I enjoy my customers and my teammates and my boss. So I'm just going to focus on coming in and enjoying every day. And I'm grateful for what I have. And in that letting go and that non-action and just enjoying the moment and having gratitude, I got the raises, I got the bonuses, I got the promotions, doing a fourth of the work. And I'm like, what the hell? But that is how energy works. Trying, pushing, achieving pushes it away. Gratitude for what I have and have had, it flows in. So it's amazing how all that works. All right. Hey, Shanji. Ah, very good. Perfect. I love that. So yeah, abundance of all kinds. It's like celebrating what you have and who you are. So I love that. All right. So that is what they have for you, Shanji. Thank you again for your dual donations. I appreciate that. All right. And then I think this will probably be the last one. So Tanya will be able to get yours in here. Everyone else, I will. I'll tell you guys here in a sec when I start to uh, close down and take screenshots of everything. I'll tell everybody here in a moment. So, Tanya, you want to know, will you be happy at your new apartment? So, let's take a look here. All right. So, based on your current energies, let's take a look here. Okay. I feel like those are underneath the surface too. All right. Well, I love this here. You've got the full card, which is brand new beginning, a beginning of a new adventure. It's the first card in the major arcana, which is kind of like there's all these possibilities and a fresh start. And there's this definitely this fresh new feeling that comes with this moving into your new apartment. So, ending of an old cycle, beginning of a new adventure, it feels very like a celebration. So, I like that. Let's see what else we have here. You have the King of Swords with the Hanged Man. Yeah, I like this. You definitely it's transformational. It's like a this is a cocoon kind of feeling with the Hanged Man. and it gives you the space to really transform and think a lot of things. So you'll be happy at your new apartment, but, um, when we're going through transformation, like inner transformation, it's like this is very conducive for that. It can feel a little, challenging when that caterpillar is in that cocoon, losing pieces of itself, becoming caterpillar soup. But I feel like this is giving you space and the energy to transform and to let some stuff go that doesn't serve you anymore. And I feel like so I feel like you'll be happy with the apartment, everything itself, the experience that comes with it. I feel like you'll be happy with the freedom it gives you internally, which then gets reflected in the outside world too. I really like it. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. This is a positive energy. You're happy with the outside world. It feels like abundance. So that's a very happy one here. Yep. Temperance. Temperance is patience, and there's this balancing energy that's coming in here for you too. And I feel like it's going to take a little bit of time to to feel like home, because that's the temperance. Excuse me, is the going back and forth with the cups that gives you the feeling of, you know, movement and progress, that it takes you a little bit of time, but then I feel like it just turns to gold, like this Ace of Pentacles. And you're like, all right, it took me a while to get here. And I feel like I can let down some walls and feel comfortable in this place. And I like it. Nine of Cups, dream come true, overflowing emotion in positive way card. So I feel like this is definitely a yes. You're going to be happy at your apartment here. Um, and yeah, Eight of Pentacles is having put in the blood, the sweat, the tears. You're feeling like you're getting the rewards of everything that you've been working toward. You have the Seven of Cups. You're going to have some mixed emotions at the beginning, but I do feel like that has to do with the cocooning and the transformation. You have mental transformation, emotional transformation, and with the King of Cups being underlying energy too, they're the balance between head and heart and this emotional stability that comes in here. So it feels very, very positive here, Tanya. I'm really happy here for you because I feel like it feels like a whole new fresh start. And of course, whatever you focus on is what grows and expands. But I feel like with all of this that's happening with all these cards, I feel like you're in a feel and like you're in a safe space to where you can relax. And I like that feeling because you're able to kind of be out of a fight or flight state in a way because you feel safe in this cocoon. And I like that for you. So that's what they have for you. And let's grab your fortune cookie here too. Yep. Surrender to your intuition. Yeah. Your inner emotions. Tune into your inner voice. Be aware of any gut feelings, flashes, knowings, or aha moments that come through to guide you. So I do feel like you're going to have some great intuitive, emotional aha moments at this new place. So I like that for you. And that's what they have for you, Tanya. So many blessings to you. All right. I love that, Moonlight. Sleep tight. We will get to your other one here. Get some rest for sure. All right, everybody. So I'm gonna be headed off here in a like 1 minute. Let me take some. Gonna take the screenshots here. So I'm gonna go spend about an hour, hour and a half with my Praying Mantis members. Then after that, I'll take a quick break, and then I'll be back on to finish out all readings and once I'm done with the second stream, I will, like I'm going to do here in a moment for this one, I will put a pinned comment listing all of the readings I completed with timestamps, so you'll be able to click on your timestamp and go directly to your reading. Also, during the actual session itself, in the description box of the video, I actually will also have the list of the order in which I'm going to complete those. So if you're wanting to hang out and listen live, there won't be a chat in that one, but you can listen live, and then you'll be able to see when I'm going to be getting to your reading through the process there too. So thank you guys again for all your patience in getting to your readings. I know I can Spirit does like to dive deep in some of these readings, but I like to give everyone, their due diligence in all of their readings. So thank you guys so much for um, your patience for sure. Hey, Lynn. Hello, hello. I got all yours in there too. Hey, Debbie, Debbie. Yeah, thank you guys so much for all the thumbs up, all your love, all your support. I'm so grateful. I wouldn't be able to do any of this without you guys. And I'm so grateful for your thirst and hearing from spirit. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So I'll be back tonight to finish out all the readings. And then I'll be back tomorrow and Sunday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. And then tomorrow night again at 6 p.m. Mountain Time if you want to join me for more readings. Until then, if you haven't signed up and you're interested in getting in the drawing for a personal recorded reading, I'm giving away weekly reading. Um, you can check it all out. I'm trying to say a whole bunch of stuff in a short amount of time. You can check out the video if you're interested in getting into a drawing. And then also, we had the Sagittarius full moon energy. And here's a little reading with some information around that moon, too. All that's free if you want to check that out while you're waiting for my return. And until then, remember every second of every day of your life, you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, much love. Hang in there. Take care of yourself. And remember, have some fun because why are we being so serious? It's a playground. Go play, right? All right, everybody. I love you much. We'll see you soon.